Bonjour Eric, comment ça va?
Bonjour, très bien, merci.
Okay, we're going to switch to English for the sake of the audience watching on YouTube and all over the place worldwide. So it's a pleasure to meet with you at last. So we're in London, we're at Innovate Finance Global Summit 2019, and you're here, so you participated. So could you please tell us more about your 2 days here in London?
Well, so it's not our first time at Innovate Finance Global Summit, it's our 5th time. So we've done all the editions of the Global Summit. We are a founding member of Innovate Finance and an active member of the FinTech community in London. So I think today we had a very good day. We met the Chancellor of the Exchequer. We have great pictures on LinkedIn.
It's always a good day when that happens, yeah.
And we've announced as well an investment and a global partnership with Visa. So I think it's our first institutional investor. We were so far funded by professional investors who invested privately. So far so good, lots of good meetings, fantastic global reach actually. There's some people who came from all over the place and with very specific ideas in mind that we can serve. So hopefully that will translate into business for us.
It seems like a very busy and successful 2 days indeed, yeah. If we step back actually, because I'd like to talk about Visa quickly later. Could you please tell us, or tell the audience, what Bankable is all about and your key characteristics and why you're a great partner for a lot of organizations wanting to scale up quickly and launch like new, better experiences?
So what we do at Bankable is we in fact power either fintechs or banks to do digital banks. Yeah? So we've built a platform. We're a banking as a service pioneer, and I think we've served large banks since day one. So when we started in 2010, when my job was to in fact process critical data for banks outside the bank, that was taboo. Yeah, there was a big issue. Nobody wanted to talk about us. We got a fortress. We have Chinese wall. We don't want to talk about the cloud or specific. We want to work with a small company. That was not a model. But I think we worked very early on with large banks. We had Deutsche Bank as a global client. We now have ABN AMRO and others. So we can talk about ABN AMRO because we went on stage last year here with the CEO. Of Moneyou, the digital subsidiary of ABN. So what we do is we try to in fact help banks. So for banks what we do is very simple. They have legacy. So there's a lot of talk about legacy is bad. I think legacy is good. It's an asset. What do you do with your asset? So I think what we do is we marginalize the core banking system so we can build a digital bank much quicker. We become the account of record. We manage the processing and all the card management solutions. So I think if you can in fact go to market much quickly, because the goal we have with our client is to be live ASAP, so we can both make money quicker.
So the notion of very quickly being able to implement and to launch those new experiences, right? We're talking a matter of, depending on the complexity and the bank, but could be a matter of months or?
I would say quarters. So okay. I think as soon as we've got I think there's at least 1 or 2 quarters to get commercial in place on the contracts. We only sign 5-year contracts. We don't do 1-year contract, 2-year contracts. And then after that, we move into implementation. But that's our best kept secret because we don't need hundreds of people from the system integrators to integrate. We configure our platform. So 90% might be there or 100%. And what's missing, we'll progressively add it over time. So it's a journey we have with our client, and it's a partnership. So I think that means that if you're one of our clients and you're looking for a supplier, run away. We don't want to talk to you. It's very simple.
So we're talking really collaboration, right?
Yeah,
Long-term
we need the
partnership,
client,
collaboration.
exactly. It's something we do together. So we have an asset, but it's not about like the 80s. I'm Oracle, you're Sybase. Forget about that. Yeah, it's more. What can we build together? What are your business priorities? So I see a lot of my colleagues. They say we are very developer friendly. So I wouldn't say I'm not friendly to developers, but I'm more friendly to the business. So we always start with the business. Yes. We always start with someone with a P&L to monitor or manage, and then after that we talk to developers, but not before. As well, we don't talk to IT, so we have no problem with IT because we don't talk to them. So,
that's a good position.
Yeah, that's easier. And we can as well demonstrate what we talk about. So we do prototypes, proof of concepts. So in fact, the client can visualize their transaction, where our competitors usually they have a beautiful decks of slides. Yeah.
Okay, but nothing tangible. So I really like
No
your approach
transaction, yeah.
on so many levels. It really appeals to me. A few comments there. Then, can you share some ideas on? I'm not going to say stats about renewal rate. I don't even know how you call that. Then, but like long-term. You say long-term relationships. Would you say that most of your customers are recurrent customers, so signing again and again and again and again? Then.
Yes.
Which is a great testimony to your.
Yes, it is. I think not only they renew, but we grow enthusiasm over time. And I think that's something important for us, because when you're in a partnership, you need to motivate each party. It's not about you did this, you did that. It's about, hey, great, we've done that, let's celebrate. It's not about hammering each other with a change request, because we have no change request. That's the beauty.
So that's one of the best indicators,
Yeah.
how healthy your business is and sound the approach is. A word I'm going to share with you. Tell me what you think about it. On-premise. What do you think of that?
No way. Well, I would say NFW, but it's a bit too much. But no, we exist to displace this model. So of course I'm extremely familiar with the software, on-premises model, because that's what I sold for a long time. So there's a lot of limitation. The limitation is you can't partner when you sell a software, because you always sell a version that is an old version. So you have then the maintenance to sell and all that. So there's no way you can partner when you sell a software. So it's a way for the supplier to lock in his client. We work in full transparency, so we have very, very different values than software vendors. I think they are our competition, actually, because we think they're passé. There's ways now to do other things than the software on premises. You can have a platform, configure, add components, build an ecosystem that you connect to that, something relevant, and go to market quickly. It's a very, very different discipline and focus. So on premises, we don't want to hear about that. We'll never do that. We've rejected very big offers from big banks of millions of dollars to be on premises. But what that means is you end up, instead of one platform like today, you'll have hundreds of platforms to maintain. So if you are a dominant software player, it's probably a good strategy, because you can never manage the complexity you've created. But for us, it's not. It's about trust, about building things together. So we don't want to sell a poison pill.
So the partnership with Visa is excellent news. It seems very exciting. Could you please tell us what it entails and how it will enable you to grow the business worldwide, basically?
Yes, so I think the story for us is we are already in action with Visa. So it's not, we don't start today. We've started, I think, multiple quarters ago. So it's just a confirmation of the action that we built with them. So I think we have a very good support across the group. So we've got what I call intrapreneur that we work with within the Visa group. And our job now is to make sure we can support the agreement globally. So we need to build a footprint in Dubai, one in Sydney, one in New York, one in Brussels. That's the urgency for now. There will be 5 to 6 other offices we'll build in the next 18 months. There's Toronto on the map, Miami to serve LATAM, and Singapore, obviously, a place you like a lot. Yeah?
Well, I'm just saying. So that's in the next 18 months,
Yeah.
and the first 5 locations by this year,
It's
by the end of the year.
because we've got business ready. So I think we should not wait. Yeah?
So you've already identified the right leaders to
So the right
to
leader,
staff
it's
those
people.
locations?
It's people I've known for years or decades. If it's decades, some of them have worked with me in my previous company at Valtech, and they're coming. So in fact, the funny part, I think, in Australia, there's what I call a boomerang. So they worked with me 20 years ago, and they're back. So there's 2 of them like that in this configuration. So which means I've got 200% trust to start the operation. I don't need to shout. I don't shout anyway, but we can need trust. We can transform this footprint into a regional play. Yeah, and that's what we do with the support of Visa, where we need in each territory where we arrive, we need to understand what is the hosting strategy, because we need to have a mirroring of the data locally in some countries, and we need to connect as well to a bank so we can issue with them. So we have a bank sponsorship model where for banks, instead of building expensive innovation center, they can attract fintech thanks to our platform and select the one they want to build the bank of the future.
So again, very exciting prospect for you in 2019 and above. Does that mean you already have those banks as well, or no, like not yet necessarily in all those 5 markets? Or
So as I said, we've started to work a bit before, so we are ready. We've had all the calls already with everyone in Dubai, in New York. So I'm there in 2 weeks. So we are now. But it takes time. It's after the first meeting, it will take 3 to 4 months to sign everything.
so we can expect, let's put it that way, in the next few months,
Yes.
more announcements.
Well, there's an announcement
Europe.
next week about Brussels. Yeah.
Look at that.
So,
So exclusive. That's what I'm talking about.
Weeks, not
Thank you very
months.
much, Eric.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fintech times.
Yeah, exactly. You're here to make business, and to drive the business forward. I like that. So, okay, from next week, we'll have more news than to share on our network. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup, Eric, de ton temps.
Merci, Christophe.
I know it's been a long day, or 2 very long days, and that interview took a bit longer than expected. But I wish you all the best, and hopefully we'll be able to work together with the FinTech Power 50 and Bankable, because I think there's so many synergies. Merci beaucoup.
Merci,
À très
Christophe.
bientôt.